excited you guys came out on today's reading day, right?
Yeah.
Oh, today's last day class. Okay. Well, yeah, I know you guys are all really busy, so this is a good sign that you came out, that you're interested in this for next summer, to have the best summer of your possible, your whole life. So we're really excited to talk to you about this because this is basically our passion in life, a mixture of languages, traveling, and promoting going abroad for everyone that we come in contact with. So we're really excited to have you guys here. Welcome.
So of course I'm very excited, and when I first was told or invited to work with this program, I couldn't think of a better partner and person to work with. It's Kristen. Kristen is awesome, great. Some people know her, and some people went to Peru with her, so you know what I'm talking about. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She graduated from UGA in foreign language education, then she obtained a master's degree in Spanish in Madrid, Spain, from the Middlebury College. She is a certified Spanish teacher and German teacher, by the way. And she has worked with two programs abroad, one in Valencia, UGA in Valencia, and the other one, UGA in Peru this summer. And I believe that for doing something like this, willingness and enthusiasm is not enough. Experience is also necessary. And I believe that we combine, our experiences combined, is very good. Let me show you, sorry. Let me show you. So, our experience leading and joining study abroad programs and volunteer programs. Myself, Costa Rica 2006. UGA Costa Rica 2006. UGA Costa Rica 2007.
Which one's Martin? I don't know.
Peru 2008. Group of American Volunteer Program Peru. Peru 2009. Christine in Valencia 2010. Peru 2010 and a Peruvian hairless dog. Peru 2011. And Christine.
And they're in this picture.
Christine, Peru 2012. Argentina 2012. So as you can see, combined, we have a lot of experience leading groups, taking groups to different countries.
Yeah, and when Martina approached me, we could possibly work together for this, I was thrilled because we met in the PhD program here, and he's one of the best teachers, promoter of Latino culture, the language that I've ever met in my life. Whenever he teaches in front of our class, we would all be captivated, just like, wow, what are you saying? I'm serious. And he's also a great dance teacher. He would volunteer for my immersion camp. I'm director of the state immersion camp for Spanish for high school students. And so Martin's one of the greatest people to work with because we both have different combined experience that really will work well together. So he graduated from University in Trujillo for his undergrad and then did the master's degree here and is working on his PhD here and speaks a lot of languages very well. And we both share the same, like I said before, we share the same passions, which are languages, traveling, dancing, promoting the culture, and then just new discoveries all the time for ourselves. And then for everyone that we come in contact with, hopefully we can get them to share those passions as well. So we're really excited to get this started for 2013 summer.
Yep. And so now we're going to talk a little bit about the program that we are going to do.
So I'm going to pass a handout to you guys. The information on this handout is in the PowerPoint. It's also going to be, the website is in the works and will be finished very soon, and all the information will be in there as well. It's also new information we'll be adding to it, updating it. This is what we've got at this point. And just to start off,
okay, so the name of our program is Live Further, Live, which stands for Language Immersion, because you will be living in homestay families. Internship and volunteer opportunities, those are the jobs that you could have. Visits and excursions to historical sites, pre-Incan and Incan sites. And then, of course, experiencing Latino culture.
Yeah, so these are the things that our acronyms stand for, and these are the things that we want to be able to share with you so that you can experience these in Peru. my first time in Peru, I lived in Europe for 4 years, but my first time in Peru was this summer with these guys, and so I got to go through the experience with them, and it completely changed my life. I hope that it's that way for everyone, but and we'll listen to their testimonials on their experience later. But we want to be able to offer these things to you guys and give you the support that you need during this experience. So the first part of the language immersion, we offer with the program Spanish classes for the beginning or intermediate advanced level. And so you'll have the classes 2 days a week, and they flip-flop, whether they're beginning or intermediate classes, which days those are, and with qualified teachers from Trujillo. And Martin is actually from Trujillo, so he is the Trujillo expert. And he's also a really, really social person, if you don't already know. And so
First impression? No.
I don't know if you really realize the depth of this, because I went, and these people will also testify to this. Like, I went to Trujillo, Martin wasn't there. I went with the UJ in Peru program. Yeah, he was in Argentina. I'm like, and I'm walking around Trujillo. I knew there were so many people that I met that know him, and I was like, how do you all know Martin? He knows a lot of people, has good connections, makes a good impression on people, and so he's the expert of the city, and so I mean, no better person to really set this up than the guy that everybody knows in Trujillo. You're really famous in that town. I tell the students the whole time, I was like, Martin, who is this Martin? You'll see eventually. So, in addition to the Spanish classes, which obviously you want to do, you want to take advantage of the language immersion part while you're there. You don't want to spend the whole month speaking English. The other part, which is huge, is our internship and volunteer opportunities. We're offering internship and volunteer opportunities either in the morning or in the afternoon, depending on the place, in 4 different places at this time. It's either at a school, an orphanage, a hospital, well, actually no, 5. A veterinary office, and the school for the blind. And so those are the places that we're offering for you to do an internship. If one of those does not appeal to you, you have other interests that you want to do at Trujillo, you can let us know, and we'll see if there's a possibility to set you up in another area. He has a lot of contacts. This is his hometown, and we want to tailor the program to your needs, because we want you to get the most out of it. And we want this experience to be something that you can use later in your career. We want it to be something that stands out on your CV that you can apply to whatever your career is going to be after this. So if you don't think that these are things that would apply to you, that would work for your future, then talk to us and we'll try to accommodate it and find something that works for you.
Yes, in December I'm going back to Trujillo, so I have all the time to figure out what I want and look for the best place to work for it. And none of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys just let us know for that. And the next part is visiting excursions to historical sites. Obviously, when you're in Peru, you want to take advantage and buy as much llama gear as possible. And see everything that you can with the ruins and everything that Peru has to offer. I've been to, and this is serious, I've been to 20 countries, and Peru is the most beautiful in my opinion. And I'm not just saying this because Martin is present, it really was. And I was just blown away I'd already seen a lot of beautiful places, but there's a lot to experience there, and I'm sure you've heard from your friends that are either from there or that have gone there. And so part of the program, everything that's included in it is these excursions to historical sites around Trujillo. And
all the entrance tickets, the guides, the transportation to the places.
Everything's included in there, and that'll be all outlined exactly what those excursions are. But in addition to that, if you're interested in either going before or after and doing some other traveling to other parts of Peru, like Machu Picchu, some of the really famous tourist sites, we will help you set that up so that you can have everything organized so you don't have to worry about it and try to get you a good deal, because that's important. And then the last thing is the experience of Latino culture, the E out of the live. And one of the best ways to really improve your language and also make friends is to be involved in activities in the city that's not just, taking classes somewhere with a bunch of other people taking classes, is you go to do things that people there would do. So one of the things is, if you want to put the video, little snippet. So I'm obsessed with salsa. We're obsessed with salsa. Okay, and I am still learning. I love it, and I'm always like, I'm not that good. I'm just trying to get better. When I was in Peru, I did salsa at 6 different places in the country, and this was the best place. And it actually it's in Trujillo, And we'll just show a little bit of it.
Very important aspects of the Peruvian culture are cooking and dancing. That's why we are offering cooking classes and salsa lessons or dance lessons at these two places.
Yeah, Martin actually danced on a folkloric dance team in Peru, and he has a lot of dance experience, and I love dance as well. And it is a huge part of the culture, and so even if you are somebody who, and the crazy part is, like, honestly, 10 years ago, when I was in your shoes and your age, I never thought that that was something I could do because I was too intimidated by it, because it's intimidating, especially when people are really good and you go somewhere and everybody's like, I can't get involved in that. I was really intimidated, but then once you throw yourself in there, it's a great way to make friends. And the people here, it's a guy and a girl, and they're engaged. And they own the studio, and they're wonderful. We took a couple of our students from the UGA Peru program last summer. They went with me. And it doesn't matter the level you have, they were so sweet. They love to have the company, they love to have new people there. And so they don't care what level you are, they just love to have you there. And so I've been in contact with them, they're great. And the thing about the food is, you know how people say, wherever they're from, they're like, oh, our food is the best. You know, people always say that. And, you know, there are a lot of Peruvians who work in Romance languages, and they were always talking about the food, and I was like, yeah, you know, everybody says their food is good. And then when I got there, I was like, oh my God, they're not kidding. It's really good, because people always say, oh, our food is the best. And then you get there, and you're like, okay, it's okay. No, their food, especially in Trujillo, especially if you like seafood, it's amazing. It's very fresh. And so this will be really interesting, because, I mean, it would be something I would be interested in doing, is learning about this culture, the cooking culture. It's huge for them, and so what an experience to be able to do this as well, and this is all included in the program.
Yeah, so the 3 classes are included: Spanish classes, cooking classes at a very prestigious high cuisine school, and the dance classes at this Salsa Madrid, which is also prestigious in Turkey. Competitions, they have competitions.
They compete nationally. They also go to Chile, they go to Miami. Like these people are some of the best in the country. But if for some reason, I mean, everybody has different interests. If you're like, I do not want to take those dance classes, you don't have to. You don't have to. They're not obligatory. None of the classes are obligatory. But they're offered to you if you want to take them. So it's your choice what you'd like to take. So that goes through our 4 letters, and then what the program includes: cultural orientation and detailed travel information before, airport pickup when you get there. And then it also includes the bus from Lima to Trujillo, because we've all got to fly to Lima. Your family homestay, everyone will be placed with a family. Martin is familiar with these people, has tons of experience with people he knows.
By the way, one of them just came from Peru today. So she's a homestay sister that came to the United States for the first time today. So yeah.
And wait, who lived with her? She's still here? Oh yeah.
There are 3 girls.
You guys all lived with her?
Yeah. 3 girls.
Bit of a house.
Yeah. Well, in our house there were 4 people too, for 3 other students. So yeah. So you would be. This is a good example. So you'd be placed with a family, and it includes the meals. And yeah, the houses are really comfortable, and we would make sure that you'd be placed in a place that you'd feel comfortable. Your daily transportation every day to the internship and back would be included, and also transportation for the excursions is included. And in the excursions, there's a guide, all the entrance fees, all that. You don't have to worry about that when you're there. It'll be paid for. And then obviously 24-hour day support, emergency assistance will both be there. And like I already mentioned, assistance with planning other excursions in Peru if you would like to. It does not include the flights to Peru, it does include health insurance. But I can say that the price of this is a lot less than what you would pay for other programs. One of our goals is to make this affordable to people. Honestly, like, I didn't do study, I was a Spanish major, and I did not do study abroad when I was undergrad because I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford the UGA programs. I mean, they're just, it just wasn't in my budget. I don't know if I could afford this if I look back at it later, but you know, some of the programs with different universities, they're just tend to be more expensive. So we're trying to make it more affordable so that you guys could really take advantage. You want to go ahead?
Mm-hmm.
Martin's going to tell you a little about Trujillo.
Oh, Trujillo. Whatever I say is going to be a little biased, because I'm from Trujillo and I think it's the greatest city in the world. I've been to many, many cities and I love Trujillo. Well, it's a city located in the northern part of Peru, coastal city, 20 minutes from the beach, and well, the weather is very good. You know, we are close to the equator, so.
City of the Eternal Spring.
Yeah, that's the nickname of Trujillo, and you know, in our winter, people, you know, wear coats and it's freezing for them, but it's like 55, 60 degrees. So, you know, it's their winter. I think it would be better if I ask some people who went to Trujillo, you know, to see, you know, what they think about it. Like Jessica, could you please, like Jessica, oh, Trujillo is addictive. So Jessica lived there for a year. She's going back to visit next March. What can you say about Trujillo?
Hey guys, I'm Jessica. I lived in Trujillo for a year teaching English, so not with any of these types of programs. And like they said, there's a lot that Trujillo has going on. They have ruins, they have ancient culture, they have typical dances you can go to see, wonderful food. They have
Nightlife?
a little bit of nightlife. So yeah, in addition to all these things, it has lots of fun places to go out. I mean, you'll have plenty of stuff to do during the day and lots of ways to get involved and learn things about the culture. You'll be free at night, I'm sure, to go explore the city on your own. There's something for everybody. There's salsa clubs, complete with orchestras and coordinated dances, and there's your standard kind of discotheque, you know, club. There's sit-down bars. They have their own local brewery. They have like a really laid-back reggae bar on the beach. So there's something for everybody. Even if you don't like to go out and party, you like something more calm. There's something everything. So there's plenty of places you can go practice all these wonderful dance moves that you'll learn. Talk about the food again. There's like street food that only comes out at night that you get to try that probably you've never had, like, I don't know, cow heart. Delicious. Yeah, some of you have been there, you've done this, I know. So yeah, it's really fun, and it's not like Athens. Places don't kick you out until the sun comes up. So very probable, depending on your homestay, that your homestay brother or sister might take you out till 5 or 6 in the morning, and then expect that you still stay out and go get like a big bowl of soup for breakfast with them. So it could be a lot of fun, and definitely just a way to see how they live down there different. In relation to that, of course, it's not like Athens. It's not quite as normal for a bunch of young kids to be out and about making fools of themselves at 2 a.m. So, you know, you have to be careful. Same as if you've ever traveled anywhere, if you've ever even been, you know, to Atlanta. You just have to have the same kind of caution you would in places like that. You know, you're not going to walk home at 4 in the morning singing your new favorite Grupo Cinco song after you're out by yourself. After saving the delightful traditional Peruvian pisco cocktails, but you know, as long as you're watching your things and you're not acting a fool or whatever, it's a safe city. I mean, I never had any problems there. I felt safe all the time, and you'll have wonderful people to help you kind of maneuver the city, so you know where the places are that you should go and maybe places you shouldn't and stuff. So you'll be well taken care of.
I think what makes the experience great, probably one of the best things, is homestay families. You know, living with a good family is key, because that makes you feel comfortable and happy. So, Peter Drexel, you lived in the same house?
Yeah.
How was it?
Awesome. It's a blast having that ability to live with a Peruvian family and learn about their culture, interact with them, see what like a typical day is for them. And yeah, it was really interesting to learn about the culture from homestay experience rather than just being people.
That's right. Also, Jessica and you three live with Vivian. So, okay, Vivian is here, so anyways.
See what happens. See what eventually happens.
What do you think? What,
I think it was cool because we got to meet her other family members and her cousin, her cousin was there. We got to meet him and get to know him, and just her brother and his family lived in the apartment below us, so we got to see the precious little baby that would come and meet us at the gate and he would talk to us. And just like sitting down and eating meals with their family was so special, just on like regular night.
Sorry. Her mom just like cooked us the most amazing meals. We always had rice and sometimes soup. Did you get sick? I got sick for like a week, and her mom would like give me breakfast in bed. I guess I can just call her mommy because that's what we call her.
Yeah.
And mommy and poppy like took us to church with them one time, and we just got to live life with them, watch TV, go out with them, go to the beach. It was really fun.
We went to our sister's graduation. The first day we were there.
And they gave me a birthday present. Like I got there the day before my birthday, and they had a birthday present for me the next day. They just loved us so much.
Yeah, we were so spoiled while we were there. It was an amazing, amazing experience, and we had such a good chance to get really close with our family, and I know there were a lot of tears shed when we finally had to say goodbye. So.
Well, and Brandon and Lauren were in my group this summer, and Brandon's actually, if you say Trujillo is addicting, well, he got addicted because he's moving back in February to teach English.
Yeah, that would be the biggest thing that I'd say about Trujillo is like everybody we met was just so nice, like so friendly. Our host family, the lady that we stayed with, it was just a single lady. And it was kind of weird at first because it was like two guys and a single lady in a house together. But
With the son, we're good with the son.
oh yeah, and her 5-year-old nephew, who was a little bit crazy, but yeah, it was awesome because she had like 8 brothers and sisters, and each of them had multiple kids that were all about our age, and so I mean they just like took us in, and they were like, we're all family now, and so they're all excited. I emailed her the other day, telling her I was coming back, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna gather up the whole family, and we're gonna meet you at the airport. So.
And they will.
Yeah, they will.
They're welcoming you. Lauren, do you want to add anything about?
My host family, I lived with a mom and dad and 2 brothers. The one actually lived in Lima, but he came to Trujillo like every weekend for meals and whatever. And so that was really cool. I think my favorite part was the meals, just because the food is really, really good. I actually gained 7 pounds while I was down there. We were only there for a month. It's really hard for me to gain weight too, so it was just funny. But they eat a lot of rice, and it was great. Like the rice now in the United States doesn't even taste the same to me, just because having rice down there, like they just cook it so much better than we do. But yeah, it was such a cool experience to like live with a family. You're really, really immersed in the culture when you're doing that, and I really preferred that as opposed to like other programs where you're kind of like living in dorms and stuff like that. You don't really get as much of the cultural experience, and so that's why I loved doing the program that we did over the summer.
Well, and they also did internship in a hospital, so it was part of the program, and so that's one of our options here. Do you guys want to say anything about the hospital experience, or?
Yeah, it was a little
They
bit.
got to go in different departments.
Yeah, we did like a 3-day rotation. Are they doing it at the same hospital?
Which one? No.
Okay. The one that we did, it was like we spent 3 days with a doctor, and we had like a partner, and then so we'd spend 3 days with that doctor, and then there were like med students in our groups too, like Peruvian med students, and then so it was really cool. It was really overwhelming at first, just because their med school is different down there, so they expected us to have more experience than we did. But once we explained that,
they thought we were med students.
yeah. Like that we had a lot of experience. We're like, no, we're like, so we explained, like how our system works, so then they kind of understood like we didn't know as much as they necessarily thought we did. But we got to see a lot of different things. I actually got to put a cast on somebody my like second day there, and I think at that point they didn't really realize that like we didn't know how to do that, so they were like, "You go do this." And I was like, "Okay." So, but it was still really cool. It was awesome. Yeah, and so I just did it.
Did you have to go on vaccination campaigns?
Yeah. At our clinic, one Monday morning we showed up and they were like, hey, we got a huge shipment of babies vaccines, so we're going to be vaccinating dogs. So we just like loaded up a cooler and just went door to door, like, do you have any pets? And then we would vaccinate them, or like set up in a park and like do like $60 an hour because there's dogs everywhere. So that was a really interesting week to get I guess, a veterinarian side of the learning. And then it was during the winter, so flu season. We had tons of people coming in, like, I need my flu vaccine. And if the clinic was swamped at the time, they'd be like, all right, Drexel, like, do these 10 people. And all right, whatever. And so it was fun. We learned a lot.
Cool. Let's talk about the programs. Let's talk about the programs.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the programs that we're offering. One group in June, one group in July.
And the dates are right here, you guys, on the bottom. It says when, cuando.
And by the way, we're planning to extend this program to other countries in the future. So there's already a person working for Mar del Plata, Argentina for 2014. But the first one will be in Trujillo next time. No? And we'll talk about the independent option.
Yeah, if those months don't work for you, but you still want to go, again, we want to make this work for you. We really want to get you all through. So if that's not a time that you could do it, but you're still interested in going, either a different month, early or late or whatever, Martine's going to be there, and we will set this up for you. And so, of course, you wouldn't be with the group the way that you would be if you go in June or July, but you'd still have the experience. So, just shoot us an email and let us know, and we can get started to see if that's a possibility for you.
Okay, and so I want you to see our staff. So all of these people lived in Trujillo, so they know Trujillo. They've been to Trujillo. They know everything very well, and they will be recruiting people in these countries also. So we expect to have mixed groups with Germans, Swiss people, Canadian, and Argentine.
Have you ever seen the movie La Casa de Locos? In French, it's La Berge Espagnole. And it's this movie about these students from a bunch of different countries. It's like 8 countries, and they all live in an apartment in Barcelona. And it's interesting because if you go anywhere, you're going to start to meet people from other countries too who are studying there. And the combination is really neat when you can not only be with Georgians or Americans, but then be with people from other countries too that are experiencing the same thing, also doing the language as their second language. And so these people will help us to find other candidates to do the program. And they might be from Germany, they might be from Canada, Switzerland, from Switzerland,
And from
wherever.
France, right?
We have a lot of context, and so we want to be able to have a diverse program in itself in Peru too. And that's a really rich experience because you make these contacts. I mean, when I lived in Europe for 4 years, and it's not like I just met Spaniards or I just met Germans. I met people from all over the place, and then you one of my friend's roommates in Spain was from Chile, and then I went to Chile and I got to see him. And so it's just really neat the connections. And so we want to be able to provide that for you as well. So that's what we're going to use. And they have experience in Trujillo, so they can help us find participants and be there with you guys. So we'll do so the last thing before we take questions are the cost and the application information. By March 15th, we would need the non-refundable deposit of $200 to see how many people we're going to have so that we can set everything up. Martine's going to be in Peru. I'll be here. I live in Athens. I used to teach at UGA, but now I don't. I commute to Gwinnett, but I live here. So, so I'm the person that you would contact here. The phone number here is my phone number. For information, you can call or email. It doesn't matter. But that would be the deadline for the non-refundable deposit. It would be March 15th. Also, before we take in the participants, just to get to know you guys, we would want to have an interview with you to see what you want to get out of the program. Just to make sure, so we can have a kind of internship that you'd be interested in, see your level, let us know your level of Spanish, what are your expectations, and just to get to know you. And so we could meet, and then we'll Skype with Martine, and we can all just talk. It's not like anything stressful or, oh, am I going to get accepted? No, it's just to get to know who would want to come on our program and what you're looking for so that we can cater the program to what you want. And so we would do that around that time as well, and the deadline for the remainder of the cost of the program would be for May 1st. May 1st would be the deadline for that. And so the first program starts on June 1st, and so that will give us enough time to get everything ready. So if that is enough, we'll take any questions you guys have now. If you have any questions. Yes,
How much is it to get to the, like, average?
the flight.
Yeah.
My sister's flight last summer, she got a really good flight. She got a flight for $500, but it was from Miami, so she had to get to Miami. That was a great deal. My brother and sister both got great deals because they came and visited me. My flight was paid for UGA, so they just pick a flight, you know? But they both got flights. My brother's flight was, it was the same time. He paid a little bit more. He paid $700. So would you say
I would
that's
say 700.
700? Yeah, he paid 700.
What did you pay? Do you remember?
Yeah, I paid, I think it was about $700. I paid a lot more than that.
But
Right now,
I bought it kind of late. Like, the
Right.
earlier you apply and earlier that you know you're going to do it, then the better flight deal you'll get.
Yeah, I've been
Spirit
looking
Air flies there.
Well, Spirit used to be the really cheap one. You could get a
Yeah.
$500 round trip easy. And it
Yeah.
looks like they're changing. But I've been looking recently, and they're about $775.
Yeah, if you fly from Miami, you could get cheaper because that's what my sister did, and then she actually drove to Miami and then flew back. But if you can find cheap like AirTran Miami and then maybe see from there, that's another way to save money. Or you could get direct from Atlanta. But that's about how much it costs. Any other questions or comments about from you? Yeah.
What would an internship at the school of the orphanage look like? Or would that be a question asked in the interview?
Did any of you work at the orphanage? All right. It's just
We had a chance to visit the orphanage, and then I worked at the school for the blind. The orphanage, well, when we visited, we just had a chance to play with the kids mostly. And then at the school for the blind, I got to be an assistant for a teacher, so I was directly working with this one class the whole entire time that I was there. And I even got to take out a few students each day to go teach them English. It was really, really basic English, colors, numbers, but it was a fabulous experience.
at the orphanage, you're just expected to hang out with the kids and play with them. And
The school for the blind one's in the afternoon, isn't it? Or is it
in the morning.
Oh, that one's in the morning.
The orphanage.
The orphanage.
The orphanage is in the afternoon, yeah.
What about the school? Would you be teaching English or would you?
You could be either teaching English, like basic English, or assisting another teacher.
Another assistant English teacher. Yeah. It's really fun.
And those kids love you. Like, just having a native speaker down there, especially a young person, they think it's awesome. I mean, I had the greatest experience with teaching kids.
Yeah.
I love it.
And you also learn a lot of Spanish words in the process. Kids are the best ones to learn from. They just say everything. Like,
So, if you take all three, the dancing,
yeah, you can take off.
well, what kind of time is that gonna be? Like, how's it gonna be scheduled?
Dance classes are twice a week, and then the cooking classes are also twice a week. So it would be one class Monday and Wednesdays, and the other two
And then
And the
same
Spanish
time?
class is either Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, depending
depending
on
on
the
the
level.
level.
So it would be before the other class. Like 2 days a week, it would either be before cooking or before
They're not gonna conflict.
the dancing. And if you want to take more dancing, go with me. Because I'm going to go to all the classes twice a week. That's not enough. Every day. We have to go every day. So you just go with me.
I'm curious, what's like, this might be kind of an obscure question, but what's like the free time during the day like? Like, I remember in Argentina, it seemed, there literally was no choice as to what, was possible, because this is kind of dumb, because I like to run, and I couldn't run in Argentina, it was so stressful.
I'm obsessed with running.
We need to be
This is
friends.
the problem.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Argentina, not only was it stressful to run, there was obviously people that would, not hesitate to drive past and nearly kill you. So I mean, it seemed
well,
like.
and then 10,000 beeps with the horn. It's like, okay.
I mean, an alarm was just mundane there. I don't know if it's different to Trujillo because I've been.
Well, I know what you're talking about because I was really stressed out about this before. But there are parks, like if you ask people where you can go around, because I have friends from Trujillo that I ask them before, like, you gotta find me a place to run. And it's kind of boring because you just go in circles, but it's a park.
Yeah.
And so and we'll help you find this depending on where you live, or, you know, there'll be people who know. But I would just go to this park and run in circles.
I mean, that's better.
But it wasn't that small, because it was bigger than a 400. It was probably like a 600-meter loop. So that's okay.
But
for
yeah,
track.
that's not bad at all.
No, it wasn't bad.
My track was up to Alto Bravo or what was it?
Alto Palermo.
Palermo. Yeah, like just the streets, you know, was difficult.
Yeah, because there's all, you know, like, you know, then people don't expect you to be
Yeah.
running and like, why?
I mean, there's more
Where are you going? Why are you running? So just go in circles. Yeah.
Also, we got a gym membership when we were there,
Okay, cool.
and it was really conveniently located close to Martine's house, close to the center of the city, and it was pretty cheap. So,
And then
You could do that
the
too.
beginning of the summer, I was better about it, but I went running. And we live near the university in Trujillo,
Yeah.
so I would run like around the university, and that was like a good mile loop.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make it possible for you to run. It's important.
Yeah, how much of a city is Trujillo? Like, how many is it?
Trujillo is the third largest city in Peru, and the population is over 1 million people.
Nice size.
Yep, it's not too overwhelming, yeah.
No, it's not.
And yeah, you wouldn't necessarily think that it feels a small town in some way. Like
Yeah.
everybody, you know, you always walk around, everybody knows each other and stuff. The same, so it's big, but it doesn't have that feeling of being like
Yeah.
combined.
What about safety, like the airport and just like generally around the town?
Well, we'll be there, like airport stuff, I mean, we'll be there, and if first, you know, you were going somewhere after or before, we'll be there to like, you know, pick you up, assist you with that. And then around town, like when you're going to the internships, you're taking in taxis that we schedule for you. So we schedule all the transportation for you, and then, you know, if you were going out at night and needed transportation, we'll help you get that, you know, so that you can take safe transportation and get there. I mean, we'll be obsessed with it the entire time, so don't worry. And, you know, you can walk around the neighborhood that you live in. You won't want to walk really far, even though I do that, but don't do what I do.
Walk to the hospital one day?
Yeah, I walked from the hospital to the university. But yeah, normal people don't do that. So you normally just take a cab. And so wherever you are, if you're at the internship or if you're at where downtown, you know, whatever, we'll
The taxis are around $4 or $5, which is $1.50. $1.50 per ride.
yeah.
Per ride. If there's 3 people, you share that.
All right. Well, if you have any questions you want to come up and ask us individually, you can. Otherwise, we will have things on the website. You can email me, you can call, you can text, any way possible. And then we're excited to help maybe have some of you guys next summer. And thank you for those who went before for telling us all the wonderful information about Peru and sharing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.